Understood, Your Honor. The workforce records specify what,
Right.
in-service training the defendant has attended, and then we have the curriculum, the materials that were presented, during those training blocks.
And crisis intervention training seems to be relevant to this case. Use of force training is relevant to this case. Medical training is relevant to this case. So all those summaries of the training that the defendant received, according to his records and what the curriculum is, that's, I think, all admissible. I think when we start getting into opinions about use of force, I think we should visit about that before we start blurting out opinions. We've already had several, and I think we need to go tread carefully because of whether their opinion is something that is the appropriate topic even for expert testimony, because some of this stuff is within the jury's knowledge and they should be able to do without an expert. So, but I think let's just kind of go with that for
Your
now.
Honor, if I may, just as to the cumulative discussion, just
Right.
to add to that, foreseeing Mr. Nelson being an able defense attorney, I would anticipate if I were to just simply try to prove my case with experts, he would say, the state hired some experts to say this was unreasonable, but what do the people who actually do the work say?
Well,
right?
and I think we've gotten 2 of those already.
And that's the reason. I'm just, I need to cover the appropriateness of the use of force really from every angle to give the full picture of the reasonable officer. I understand at some point enough is enough.
Well, let me be a little more clear. I think you have the right to somebody who's actually done the defensive tactics, use of force training, whatever, to give their opinion about this case. But not everybody, not every trainer. You can take one who's done the training, knows the curriculum that Mr. Chauvin actually participated in, and give an opinion there. But I think then we're done with the MPD people who can give an opinion regarding defensive tactics and use of force. So, does that make a little more sense?
It does, Your Honor. I think that was my plan.
Okay, good. Always good to have a plan that's consistent with the court's rulings.
And I guess the court will let me know if you feel I'm
Yeah, let's just go sidebar if we have to in the
Yes.
midst of all this, because as we know, everything's fluid. So, all right, we'll get the jury.